Mississippi. Scott Berry hitting lead off today on the Farm Bureau phone line. Check out favorites.com and go with the home team at Mississippi Farm Bureau. Southern Miss coming off a sweep on the road this weekend of FIU. They played Thursday, Friday, Saturday. They made it back for Easter Sunday in Mississippi. Scott, hope you and your family had a great Easter Sunday. Congratulations on another good weekend.
Well, thanks, Richard. It was good to be able to have all the family together for Easter Sunday. That doesn't seem to happen too often anymore.
Certainly can understand that. I told Borky I was going to ask you something, and I wasn't sure that you would love the question. I don't mean it in a negative way. I'm just curious from your perspective, how good is your baseball team?
Well, I mean, I don't know. We're gritty. I mean, we play hard. I feel like that we have outstanding chemistry. Our leadership is at the top of where it needs to be to have that productive locker room to carry over onto the field. I mean, all the ingredients there are what you need outside of ability. You know, ability, I think, carries you so far. A lot of teams have a lot of ability, but it's all those other intangibles that sometimes are hard to get. And this team, you know, so far we really play well together.
Yeah, Scott, sometimes you look at the makeup of a baseball team and you've got great starting pitching, but maybe you're not great out of the bullpen. Or maybe your starters aren't the best ever, but you're really good at the back end. And then sometimes the offense works and sometimes it doesn't. And sometimes defensively, it feels like there's a little bit of all of that. And then when you look especially at the pitching piece, there's a lot there. I've described your team as complete, at least from the outside looking in. Is that a fair characterization? Is this a complete team, knowing that there's a lot of baseball still to play?
Right. And I think that's the one thing that you always have to keep in mind. There is a lot of baseball. We're at the halfway point of our conference season with the other half to go. So, but up to now, we've been a pretty complete team. The one thing that has probably been a little inconsistent that I'm disappointed about is defensively. We've made more errors than we need to make. You know, fortunately, we do have a pitching staff that can pitch out of them. We have a pitching staff that hasn't given up a lot of freebies in the way of walks or hit by pitches. You know, we've struck out a lot, and our strikeout to walk ratio is really good. So that has been the one consistent that we've had this year that's really carried us offensively. We started off a little slow. We've started to pick it up. But if we can get that defense to kick in and be more consistent on the way we want to play, you know, I think then we would have something really, really special.
Let's walk back through the weekend. The 5-3 win on Thursday night. You just used two arms with Tanner Hall getting you into the eighth inning, and then Landon Harper finishes it off. And it's another one of those nights where you don't walk anybody. 11 strikeouts and no walks. Had a couple of hit batters, but you just really didn't give them anything free.
No, we really didn't, and you know we did just enough there. The top of the order carried us. That the first three guys accounted for all 5 runs that were drove in, and you know, they counted for 6 of the 11 hits. So Gabe Montenegro, who'd been kind of struggling, had an injury where he got hit in the face back against La Tech that weekend and missed a few games, but he came back and I'm hitting him down in the 8th spot. So, but he had a real nice night, 3 for 3, had a sac fly, I think. And so, you know, it was good that night. Obviously, we've been really hanging our hat on Tanner Hall, our Friday night starter, who's really good.
And then in game 2, and you guys opened it up a little bit, 12 runs and 17 hits, but you got 9 hits out of the top 3 in the order on Friday night, and then you got, 7 more hits out of the bottom 3 in the order. So you had some balance up and down the lineup and kind of able to cruise a little bit in game 2.
Yeah, but, you know, it was 4-4 going in the 7th. So, you know, it was right there. Either team could have given in. And luckily our offense clicked there in the 7th. We scored 4 runs. And in the last 3 innings, we scored 8 runs, and which pushed us across. But Hunter Riggins, who's taken our Saturday spot, did another tremendous job for us. He got 6 innings. And then Isaiah Rhodes, who's been our long relief guy, he ends up getting his first save, covering 3 innings there, and only giving up 2 hits and no runs in those 3 innings.
anything but cruising on Saturday. It took 12 innings. You got the big home run in the 12th from Reese Ewing to ultimately win that game 6-4. And maybe this is the kind of game that when you look up at the end of the year and you look back and you have to circle one or you have to highlight one, you go, well, you didn't let that one get away.
Yeah, and you know what? It was, those Sunday games, especially when you have a chance to sweep, you're really trying to determine the makeup of your team. Are they going to be satisfied with a series win? Because that's what social media and everybody drives. You've locked down the series win. But, the bigger picture for the team itself is the ability to sweep and build that resume even more. And you're exactly right. I mean, we're 4-4 there in the ninth inning, and a real bizarre play where they had bases loaded. It's 3-1 count, 2 outs. Garrett Ramsey, who pitched really well, 4 innings, gave us 4 innings of work, ended up getting the save on that one. And in those last 4 innings, he only gave up 2 hits, struck out 7, walked 1. But that particular incident, it was a 3-1 count, 2 outs, bases loaded. They thought they had ball 4. The hitter starts to take his gloves off, and the runner from third starts jogging into home. And luckily, he calls it a strike, and our catcher, Blake Johnson, recognized the guy's jogging home, and we get him in a rundown and tag him out, and here we go. We're playing 3 more innings. So I've never seen that happen before, and I've been doing this quite a while. But, another break for us, and, that's what I told the team after the game. When you're playing hard and you're doing the things you're supposed to do and you're never giving in, you're going to get the breaks. They're going to go your way. That's the way it is. You're going to be rewarded for what you do. And I think that was a simple case and a learning case for us in that 12-inning win of how to get those breaks and keep because of playing hard.
And a little bit of an anomaly. Hurston Waldrop he got 2 2/3, so he doesn't get all the way through the 3rd inning, and that's just not at all what he has looked like in his recent starts, is it?
No, it isn't. The last time he had a start like that was against Dallas Baptist on that getaway day, and he's been really, really great ever since then. But had a little hiccup on that day, but we've got some nice pieces in the bullpen that we can go to, and honestly, from that point on. There, after the 3rd inning, we threw up 9 straight zeros, Richard, and that was all those guys in relief that were able to do that.
So, turning the page to this week, this is one of those weeks where you got to play 5 times. You got a couple of games in New Orleans against Tulane and UNO on Tuesday and Wednesday, and then you come home for a series with Rice, and we know what that has meant through the years. Obviously, Rice is a little bit different team than they were several years ago when it felt like you guys were slugging it out for the conference title every single year. But this is a week that tests you a little bit when you got to go out there 5 times in, 6 days?
Yeah, and we've had that test before, and that was back earlier in the year. We had 2 midweeks. We had Tulane in South Alabama, which we were able to take care of here at home, and then we went to Dallas Baptist, and we got swept by a really good Dallas Baptist team. But, so hopefully we will learn from that. We do go to Tulane tomorrow night, and then we have UNO back at home on Wednesday before we start our 6th weekend of conference play against Rice at home this weekend. So, we're going to approach it no different. The most important game on the schedule is tomorrow night at Tulane, and we need to do everything we can to win that game, play good on the road. We've been playing really good. I think we're 12-4 on the road and 13-4 at home. So we've been pretty balanced there. But Tulane's a good club, and it'll be a big challenge for us.
Scott, last thing for you. You can't teach confidence, or at least I don't think you can teach confidence. But as you have success, sometimes confidence grows. Do you see that from your guys kind of in the way they're carrying themselves when they get off the bus, when they get to the ballpark, as they go about their business? Is there a high level of confidence there?
Yeah, I think so. I think obviously winning breeds that. And when you win, you feel much more confident. I know you can ask my wife, there's a different feel to me when I wake up after a loss than I do after a win. And, it just puts your whole day in a different perspective. But this club, Richard, I think they're confident because they believe in one another. We've talked about accountability to each other and how we want to play. I remember in the first game we opened up, the main thing that we wanted to do is we wanted to establish from that moment on the level of play that we consistently wanted to bring to the park each day, and that made everybody accountable for that level of play. And I really feel like with the leadership and the determination that these guys have had, that's exactly what we've been able to sustain.
So your wife loves you regardless, but she likes you more when you're winning.
She really does.
I can understand that. Certainly can.
Yeah.
Hey,